Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Painted Dog TV. It is another absolutely gorgeous afternoon out here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. Just loving the weather at this time of the year. It's really quite a cool afternoon. Might even need to throw the jackets on pretty soon. But very excited to be back out here with you guys. We've got Basil on camera this afternoon. Mason's out with us. And we didn't have to go very far this afternoon, everybody, to find the first exciting moment for the day. Those of you that were with us this morning might have known that we were tracking some male lions, and eventually were told by one of our other colleagues that drives on the reserve that they were also tracking male lions near to our camp. Well, turns out they were not tracking male lions, everybody. They were tracking these two lionesses, the wanderers, the two females that had separated from the rest of the pride, which are still currently up on Leadwood. And what an absolute treat for us all, everybody, to start with this amazing scene here this afternoon. And as you can see, the two lionesses are quite relaxed at the moment. Probably loving this cool breeze, a little bit of sun on their flanks. And it does appear that they've eaten. Those bellies look quite plump. Quite clearly a couple of flies bothering them. You can see the ears flicking every now and then. We were having a close look earlier to see if we could identify Bucket out of one of the two females here, but it doesn't look like Bucket's here. I think Bucket must be with the rest of the pride, including Nyaleti, the older lioness. These look like two of the younger females. Seems like they've been separated from the pride for quite a while. We had an amazing sighting not too long ago of these two females interacting with the two ginger maned males, and perhaps all of that interaction with the males is the reason they haven't reconnected with their pride yet. But this is not new to this pride. We've seen this happen many times before, and eventually they will reconnect. But clearly, whilst they've been alone, these two, they have managed to feed themselves, which is fantastic. Just going to quickly say hello to our pack members that have joined us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Mary. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Betty. Hello, Ashbelicious. Lovely to have you with us.
Elephant on the southern end, just west of Nyala route.
Very good afternoon to all of our pack members and to all of you that have joined us on the public channel. Welcome to Painted Dog TV. And how spoilt we are here at the start of our drive this afternoon. Really beautiful. Betty, they are quite full, that's for sure. They ate something. So when my colleagues were tracking these animals this morning, their tracks did go into this block behind these females. And they actually had no luck. They couldn't find them this morning. And we only found them for the first time today, this afternoon. So perhaps while they were off wandering through this block behind them, they did catch something relatively small, maybe like a young impala, young inyala. Or perhaps they didn't catch anything today. Perhaps it was yesterday, because those bellies aren't entirely full. They're not, busting their guts. They're not very, very full. Their faces also look pretty clean. We know that they do groom themselves pretty well and groom each other pretty well. There isn't any blood on the paws or the faces of these lionesses. So perhaps the meal they've had was from yesterday. wonder if tonight they'll manage to connect with their pride. Their general direction is north, so they keep going north. There's a good chance they need to go north to get closer to where the other 4 members of the pride are, which is up on Leopard. Good afternoon, Brian. Lovely to have you with us, sir. As you can see, we've started with a bang here this afternoon. Gorgeous sighting of the 2 lionesses that have been MIA for a while, the 2 that have separated from the rest of the pride, 2 of the young females. Quite well fed, however, so doing just fine on their own. But instinctively they will want to reconnect with the pride. Safety in numbers, they'll feel a lot more comfortable. It's also a lot easier to hunt as a pride of 6 versus just the 2 of them. Very sleepy indeed. How awesome is that shot though, everybody, with the Drakensberg Mountains as the backdrop. Such a beautiful scene. Jennifer, I see you've asked the question about the movements of animals moving towards one particular area other than waterholes. Obviously there's quite a few species that are bound by territory, and they stay within those territories, quite strictly stay within those territories, but their territories will often have good access to food and water. So besides waterholes, the only other real gathering of animals, particularly with your herbivores, is towards areas of good grazing or browsing. So your bulk grazers like the white rhino, zebra and blue wildebeest will very often be found closer to the ridge crests, where the grasses grow better in stronger soils. And then your browsers, like the kudu, black rhino, nyala, will spend a lot of time down in the ravines close to the riverbeds, where there's access to good browse on the trees that grow along dry riverbed banks, but there's still water not too far under the ground, under the soil. The groundwater table is very high close to those riverbeds. Just now having a look at the pads under the paws of that lioness to the right. So beautiful. Seeing the pads of the, that create the tracks we're always following. Those are big paws.
right side of this line, there's one big Rhino ball.
Also now just looking at this lioness that's facing towards us and looking at her whiskers. Those whiskers are actually quite short, especially in relation to that of a leopard. So the whiskers of these cats, the actual term for them is vibrissae. And at the base of every single one of those vibrissae are hundreds of nerve endings, which will trigger every time those whiskers touch something. You can see those ones, I mean, they're pretty long, but I promise you, if you could compare it right now to that of a leopard's whiskers, you would see the noticeable difference in length. I would believe that leopards have more pronounced vibrissae because of the way that they hunt and the terrain that they hunt in. They stalk their prey in usually very thick terrain and use these vibrissae and the nerve endings at the base of these vibrissae to good use, painting a 3D image in the leopard's mind when it's moving through this thick bush to know exactly where its body is going to pass, what its body is going to come in contact with to remain as silent as possible. Now, lionesses are certainly quiet when they hunt their prey, but I don't think quite as silent as a leopard. They don't need to be. They use different hunting technique, and they hunt in numbers, they hunt in prides. Whereas the leopards are solitary cats, relying entirely on their own skill and silence, and have those more pronounced vibrissae. For those of you that were out with us this morning, you will know that I discovered the remains of a zebra foal, a young zebra foal, which had been fed on by a female leopard. Now, we never saw the leopard, but we knew it was a leopard because of all the signs in the area, and I told this to one of my colleagues who headed straight there this afternoon, and they've just got on site and they have just told me now that there's no change there. The carcass hasn't moved. There's no leopard there. It's quite surprising that nothing has found that carcass today. So we probably won't be heading that direction this evening, everybody. I was going to go that way just to have a look. But it seems like nothing has changed. Betty, the word that you would like me to spell, I presume the word is vibrissae, and that is spelled V-I-B-R-I-S-S-A-E, vibrissae. It is quite a word. Speaking of words, everybody, before I forget, for those of you that may have missed it, remember that the key word for the week is reflection. So if you want to get your hands on the high-resolution image that Charles took of an amazing reflection of a buffalo bull, I believe the image is on screen right now. All you need to do is submit the keyword reflection to Painted Dog TV, and you'll be sent a copy of that high-resolution image. Sleepy girls. All right, folks, we are going to head off. Can't see these lionesses moving for a good while yet, probably another hour at least before they move. But what a absolutely wonderful way to start our afternoon. We'll love and leave them here, continue north and see what else we can find and discover this afternoon. Goodbye, ladies. Enjoy that beauty sleep. I've left those two lionesses still stationary on Seskantpadsite, just north of Bosvark Junction. Left them unattended. All right, everybody. So what we're going to do now is go past a couple of these water holes. Really hoping we might get some rhino this afternoon. So we'll start at Lemundur Krip and then work our way up to Seskant Krip and probably make our way back close to the Sunsloot River towards Kudu Krip. Try hit all three of those water holes and see if we have any luck with rhino. Any of the general game, maybe some nice birds. But the sun is dropping fast, not a lot of daylight left, but it is the perfect time to be on a safari right now. Doesn't look like any rhino have come here today. Hi Shannon, welcome. Glad you could join us. I'm very sorry you missed the 2 lionesses. It's the 2 that have been missing from the rest of the pride that are up on Leadwood. We had them here not too far from Lemundur and Krip. Fast asleep right now. Decent amount of food in their bellies. And it looks like they're going to head north tonight, so wouldn't be surprised at all if tomorrow the whole pride is back together. Just some white rhino tracks that I was investigating here, folks. They're not as fresh as I'd hoped. Also some hyena tracks here. Just here. Those hyena tracks appear to be from last night. Excuse me for a moment, everybody. I'm just going to quickly mark my territory. Good afternoon, Carol. Thanks for the vote of confidence on the spotted cat. Maybe we will get lucky tonight. But right now, everybody, I'm still heading north up towards Seskankrip, hoping to find some fresh signs of rhino. There appears to be a creature of sorts in the road up ahead here, which I think is a zebra. Just get a little bit closer, still a little ways off. It is indeed a zebra. And more than one. Sure, that's lovely. Beautiful little dazzle of zebra here, folks. And a giraffe. Ha! What a treat. Just going to stop here so that we don't spook them. The zebra can sometimes be quite jumpy. Because there are two giraffe with the zebra. It's actually a famous South African band called Zebra and Giraffe. Haven't listened to them, she's probably in over a decade. But they did make some good music way back when. Another beautiful scene for us here, everybody. Stunning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zebra, at least 6 zebra, 7 zebra. There's more and more of them coming out from the block towards the road here. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous animal. I actually can't remember the last time I saw this many zebra together. It's just so wonderful to have the giraffe mixing with them too. Jennifer, we actually don't see the hippos out and about on land all that often, to be honest. You consider that most of their movement away from water is at night, and that's the main reason why we don't see them all that often. Jeez, this is a massive dazzle of zebra. I say massive, it's massive for the Rietspruit Game Reserve, everybody. Of course, you can go up to the Serengeti and see 800,000 zebra, all marching, following the rains. But we don't have similar migrations down here in South Africa. And this is a very decent harem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now. I've got to. Those stripes really are something else. Definitely one of the most beautiful animals on earth, in my opinion. Sounds like a great idea, Jennifer. We'll have a chat with the zebra before you come out here. Make sure that they meet up with the giraffe and all stand out in the open perfectly like this for you. And it's funny you say that. Zebra and giraffe are almost certainly the two most asked for animals when people come out on safari. Long before the lions and the elephants and the leopards. Zebra and giraffe. And it's not surprising. They really are such striking, beautiful animals. Another amazing place to go and see the Burchell zebra is up in Machari Pans in Botswana. There's a migration of hundreds of thousands of zebra through the salt pans, which when you fly over these salt pans literally looks like the surface of the moon. It's unbelievable how vast they are. And these zebra come from the south heading north on this massive migration looking for water and good grazing. And it's amazing seeing them walk across this white, sandy landscape with the dust kicking up as their hooves hit the ground. Something I got to witness a couple of years back, leading a private safari up there with some clients. Absolutely amazing seeing them up there. That female right at the back there looks rather pregnant, I would say. That belly is sitting very wide. Sounds like there's a vehicle approaching. You can see the zebra all sort of looking that direction now. Oh, she must be carrying a foal. That mare at the back there. Zebra best watch out for the two lionesses that we've just left, who I'm pretty sure are going to head this direction tonight. They're going to come north. So beautiful. Sorry, Kevin, I had my radio down. Can you please go again?
Two rhinos that can pull, but not far from
Okay, copy that, thanks. Wow, there's a rhino here, everybody. Just beyond the zebra. I think some of you might even be able to see it right now. How's that for a picture? We're about to have zebra, rhino and giraffe all in the same shot. Look at that. That is epic. Oh wow. This is unbelievable. We are being spoilt this afternoon, everyone. Absolutely spoilt. It does look like the two young heifers that are coming towards us here. You can obviously see they are of different ages. I could be wrong, it could be a mother and a calf. It's amazing, the zebra and giraffe have parted, making space for the two white rhino. The young heifer pushing towards the zebra, she's quite interested in them. What a treat. What a treat. And they're going to come straight towards us here, everyone. Just listen to those heavy feet falling. How unbelievable is this scene? Sunset, zebra, giraffe, rhino. So you can see now these white rhino have started grazing again. They've just hit a little patch of grassland here, which is why the zebra were here in the first place as well. All grazing on the grasses growing here. Just going to see if I can reposition the vehicle here, everyone. Hoping I won't disturb the rhino too much. Munching away here. What a privilege, everybody. To be surrounded by all of these beautiful animals, but I'm just thinking about these prehistoric behemoths right next to us here that are just so calm with our presence. You can actually hear them masticating on the grass. Look at that mouth, like a lawnmower. You can imagine how much grass an animal of this size needs to consume every single day, folks. A couple 100 pounds every day. Just busy listening to the zebra running around behind us. Giraffe are all alert, and the rhino briefly put their heads up to hear what was going on. But I think they've all settled down again. I was just thinking to myself, now everybody sitting here with these rhino, I never get tired of moments like these when they're so close to the vehicle. How special it is. Especially with an animal that is so critically endangered. These are the two young heifers, by the way, that I thought they were when I first saw them. So the one in picture now is not the mother of the other one. These two have just been hanging out since they left their mothers, but obviously were born at a slightly different time, one being a little bit bigger than the other.
I'm responding to the left-hand sighting about 5 minutes out.
Just couldn't imagine a world without these prehistoric giants. Have to keep fighting the good fight. Protect them as best as we can. Now those are two beautiful bums. There's a perfect bum shot. I don't know if any of you heard that. One of the zebra is just busy releasing some gas behind us here. Quite entertaining. Betty, to answer your question, so young rhino usually leave their mothers between the age of 3 to 4 years. And it usually coincides when she's about to give birth to her next calf. It can happen before then, but on average it's usually between 3 to 4 years that they stay with their mothers. Now they'll separate from their mother when she gives birth to that new calf, but quite often once the little one, the newborn little one, gets through the really critical first few months, she'll sometimes actually reconnect with her previous offspring. But usually between 3 to 4 years. never really stray too far from one another, do they? As a lot of you will know, rhino don't have the greatest peripheral vision. And so, staying close together, they support each other in picking up movement, potential movement of a predator. Just busy listening now, everybody, to some francolins. 2 different sets of francolins alarm calling in the block directly to the east of us. I think I might head there next, everybody. What an absolutely phenomenal sighting we've had here, though. The zebras, the giraffe, and these 2 amazing white rhino girls. Mission accomplished. We were hoping for some rhino this afternoon. That was very lovely. But imagine these 2 are going to settle down probably somewhere quite close by here. Probably why they are munching so fiercely, because they know that it's almost time to call it a day. So those alarm calls came from in this block here. There's a sneaky little 2-track that no one hardly ever drives. Perhaps there's a leopard walking up that 2-track, everybody. Just got to find this 2-track now. It's hardly visible, which is why I don't think anyone drives it. Here it is. Now this little road is bang on the money towards where those francolins just sounded the alarm. Let's take a slow drive through here, see if we can find the culprit. Maybe this wasn't the road. I don't believe it was, everybody. Must be a bit further south of us. But those francolins were just in here. behind your heads. Definitely a road coming in here. I think I may have found the right road, everybody. This looks a bit better. This is a great road. See how tall the grasses are here. Perfect for a leopard to sneak around in this long grass. It's a really good area for grazers. Mary, I see you've mentioned that Critter Cam is back up and running. That is fantastic news. Hopefully the elephants will leave it alone this time.
Closing down.
We've gone past where Franklin's were. Just switched off to see if I don't hear anything else. Can actually hear some crested francolins busy chatting in front here. Not alarm calling, but chatting. Maybe it was these francolins. That was spooked earlier. You want to have a look and see if there's any tracks here. can hear those crested francolins going off again here. Lots of birds singing at the moment. They're roosting calls. About to settle in for the night. White-browed scrub robin. Heard a red-crested coron calling there now as well. A suicide bird. So we're busy weaving our way through this very dense area, everyone. But we're going to come out on a more open section up ahead here. Going to work our way past Kudu Krip. See if anything turns up there. Now, I wanted to come back towards the Kudu Krip area again tonight, everybody, because there's been loads of leopard activity there the last 2 nights. Might just go sit at that little waterhole for a while and listen to the bush. This morning we had, well, last night and this morning we had so many different sets of leopard tracks. I'd just love to know how many different individuals actually came into this area close to where the monkeys were alarm calling. And well, we obviously know the one had that zebra carcass this morning, but all in a very similar area, relatively close to one another. Leopard's territories do sometimes overlap. There might have been some chaos last night. I was thinking about that camera trap we set up, and very excited to see if we caught any of these leopards in that trap. Right, just going to sit here for 5 minutes, everyone. See if I don't hear anything. Yeah. Very much out here just yet. Had a walk around now to look for tracks. Can't see any tracks except for a white rhino bull that came to drink here sometime this afternoon by the looks of things. There's something coming through the block towards the water here. Something big, I think. Maybe a rhino. Such a rush, sitting in the dark and hearing something coming towards you, not knowing what it is. Could be an elephant. But my money's on rhino. Imagine it's a black rhino. Man, that would be unreal. Turn off the backlight, please. Just turning off that light, everybody, so that we don't spook whoever it is that's coming here to drink. Don't know yet what it is. Something big for sure. Let's just sit tight here. See who comes out. Mary, I see that you've mentioned you saw your first hummingbird for the season in Colorado. I'm so jealous. Such a beautiful little bird. I remember seeing them when I was in Colorado. It's one of my highlights. I can't hear this animal moving anymore. I do want to just wait a little bit longer, everybody. See if it comes to the water. I can hear it now. Certainly taking its time to get here. Maybe it is the black rhino. Just heard a branch break. I don't know if you all can hear that. I'm still not convinced it's elephant. There's certainly some noise, but almost not enough for it to be elephant. Don't know if you all can hear that, but the male lions have just started roaring. They sound like they're pretty close to where I had the last tracks. I think I might try head up that way quickly, everybody. I'm just thinking to myself now, this could actually be the white rhino bull who's just been here for a drink. The tracks that I've seen here. But it's not making its way out here anytime soon. I can still hear the odd branch break every now and then, but it's probably a good 80 yards beyond the waterhole here. Not really getting any closer, so perhaps it is the white rhino. It's beautiful though, just sitting in the dark, listening to whatever it is that was coming this way, and also just listening to the peace and quiet of this amazing place. And then now hearing lions roaring. Chris for Gareth.
Turning point.
What is your position now?
I am just north of Boston.
Copy that. Did you just get that lion audio?
Confirm they've been roaring there somewhere southeast of Boston.
Okay, copy, thanks. I'm heading that way now. So it sounds like Chris is still sitting at that carcass, everybody, that I've been telling you about, the zebra foal carcass. Him and his wife have been hoping and praying that a leopard might have returned this evening. They haven't given up yet, but they also haven't seen a leopard return there yet. I know Chris would have told me. And he can confirm that he heard those lions roaring now, not too far from where he is. It sounds like it's pretty close to where I had the last tracks of the males. Which was just past the boma, everybody. The boma where the two female African wild dogs are still waiting patiently for some males. Those female wild dogs were fed today, so I'm sure they're quite content. Eyes up ahead there, and that didn't look like a duiker. Almost looked like it sleeked off like a leopard. Ah, it's a duiker. Damn it! Damn duikers. Love you, duiker. Love you. Should be a rule for duikers that they all go to bed at 5 o'clock. Don't raise their heads up until 5 o'clock the next morning. so we're just coming up towards the boma here now, everyone. And as I've mentioned, it was just a bit further south of the boma where those male lion tracks were. Just driven past a road here now, everyone. And the one male lion went down there, and the other one must have cut through somewhere here. And we drove down there this morning and didn't see any further sign. So I'm certain they were sleeping right here in this block. We just didn't see them. It's quite thick here. Question is, are they still lying down, or have they already started their patrol? Are they already marching? Here we go. Beautiful. Right on cue, everybody. And there's the answer to my question. They've started their patrol. I'm going to try my best to catch up to them, everybody. But they're a little bit further than I'd hoped. Let's see if we can get to them. Not sure if you all heard that, but wow, just most amazing sound. Mary, I'll have to check your query there with Charles after drive. Not too sure. I'm sure it's just a typo, to be honest. Which way did the boys go from here? Doesn't look like they came past this junction at all, so I think they moved through the block here, heading towards the southern fence line. Let's go with that hunch, shall we? Here's a lion. Jackpot. Where's your brother? No, I heard you both roaring. Oh, what a treat. What a treat. Definitely did cut through the block. Not sure where his brother is, which is a little bit concerning. Must be somewhere close by here. Located one of the male lions on Leopard, midway between the southern fence and Nyala Link stationary. Could be. Appears he's listening now to other lions. Wonder if he's going to start roaring again. And whether his brother's going to chime in. Can see that wound beneath the left eye there, everybody. We think that's from the recent fighting that occurred over the 2 lionesses that we started our drive with this afternoon. The 2 fitter males in the coalition were quite intent on trying to mate with one of these lionesses. And they tore into each other. They even, at one stage, attacked the lioness. She managed to run away pretty quickly. So I'm not sure if he got that injury below the eye from her or his brother. But either way, he'll recover pretty quickly. He's listening intently again. maybe he's going to spoil us with another roar. It's a really good question that you've just asked there, Mary, about whether lions have shallow blood vessels like us and therefore bleed quite a bit. I don't actually know the exact answer, but I would imagine so, yes, because of how much blood comes from these relatively shallow wounds. They are amazingly resilient, their bodies, how quick they recover. Oh, he's getting comfy. Okay. Not so worried about the other lions, obviously. Here's his brother. Look at that, everybody. Hadn't seen him at all until he just popped his head up there. Could just make out the top of the mane. He's only 10 yards beyond his brother in the long grass here. Crazy. Terrifying. Imagine you'd been walking along this road here at night. Game over, I'm afraid. Now, he's put his head up, presumably because he's heard something. Wonder if he's going to start vocalizing. think he's laid down again. What an incredible afternoon, everybody. Just so beautiful. So many wonderful sightings. Lovely to end it here with the male lions we were looking for this morning. A big thank you to all the pack members for making the drive possible. A big thank you to you guys joining us. And thank you to everybody on the public channel for coming out on this beautiful afternoon safari with us here at Painted Dog TV. We hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you again very soon, everybody. Bye for now.